Hang in there, buddy.
Come on now.
It's no day in the park for this pooch as it struggles to stay afloat in the icy waters. The Indian River runs through Theresa, New York, about 90 miles north of Syracuse.
In the summer, you can kind of tell the water levels. You can see bottom, if it's high or low. But in the winter, you just can't tell, the depth of the ice.
It's a cold January day in 2010 when local resident Rich Alt hears a police report that a child has fallen through the ice. But once at the scene, Rich realizes what he sees doesn't match what he's heard.
Hang in there, buddy. It was a dog that was in the water. It wasn't a child, which was a relief, kind of, but yet, there was still a dog.
The Theresa Volunteer Fire Department soon arrives, ready for a water rescue.
Hang in there, buddy.
A few firemen are dressed for the occasion in gummy suits.
It has similarities to the scuba suit. It's just a lot thicker for the insulation. That way you can stay in the cold water longer.
McDaniel and team put their water rescue training to use.
Get on your belly.
You want to spread out, lay flat, so that you spread your body weight across the ice as much as possible.
Come right across the edge of the ice, just like that, Jeffrey. There you go.
Fortunately, the water is only a few feet deep for McDaniel, but too deep for the struggling dog.
His back legs were just barely touching the bottom of the river. If he would have sank down a little bit, he probably would have ended up going completely under the ice.
Same way you came back, Jeff. Same way you came back, Jeff.
McDaniel reaches the dog and hoists him onto the ice.
They were able to get me to the shore, back to safety real easy, and then start first aid on the dog.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, buddy.
Witnesses estimate that the dog is in the water for nearly an hour before being rescued.
He was going into real bad shakes, just normal signs you would see from a person that was going into hypothermia.
Careful, John. Yep.
The shivering dog is carried to a waiting ambulance.
Come on, baby. Stay with you. You're okay. Good heartbeat yet. Good. Good. This is cold. It's really cold. Okay, let's try to roll him.
We started putting heat packs on him and warming him up slowly so that his core temperature would come back up to the temperature that it's supposed to be.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Right?
But who owns this death-defying dog?
It wasn't until they actually got the dog in the ambulance when finally I heard somebody say that they thought it was Charlie. You know something, Mike?
Charlie is a yellow lab who is 4 years old at the time. He belongs to Liza Drake and her family, who have had him since he was a puppy. Charlie is treated for hypothermia and is released that night.
He was sluggish, just didn't have much energy. It took a lot out of him. And I want to say in the next couple of days, he was completely back to himself.
Liza remembers seeing Charlie's dramatic video for the first time.
I cried. It was just sad to see Charlie in that kind of pain and crying and not knowing if he was going to be okay after.
3 years have passed since Charlie's fateful fall through the ice. And though he may not always be the most obedient dog, these days, the last place you'll find Charlie is on the rocks.
Charlie does not go near the river in the wintertime. He will go in the spring and summer and play and jump in it and swim, but not in the winter.
Get a hold of him there. All right.